software failure curve. Now we'll go into the detail of this. See, we can see that ideally we can consider the initially changes may occur due to the requirement. If you see this line between this particular this ideal curve, we can see that it will steady state performance it is giving from here. See, at this point we can understand, okay, some requirements are there, due to that maybe changes are happening. But once the all changes are fixed and we have developed a complete project, then our software will steady state performance in the idealized curve. This is ideal curve, but when we look at this actual curve, we can see that due to the some changes happening, immediately some different errors may occur in our project. That will again remove, again due to some changes, again some spikes. So these are the spike effect. Sometimes this can be asked as what is a spike effect. So these are the spikes will happen due to the change in the particular project. So our performance of the system will be slow down, or it will not give the correct results. So due to that, again we have to make some changes. So this is basically a software failure curve. We can say this actual curve is this, but ideally we can consider it is giving good performance. But whenever we use this software, we should go with the actual curves that will depict the actual scenario of software failure. Now we'll come to the hardware failure. Now we understood that due to the changes, if some spikes are happening, so what will happen in hardware? We can see that a bathtub like curve is there. If you look at this diagram, you can find. See, initially, due to the initial manufacturing, we can see that lot of problems will occur, and due to that, this particular failure rate we can find. But we, as good as we'll going to decrease it, and normally we will get the particular good particular hardware or good component, and that particular component will run long run for. Again we can see that due to friction between the components, now again our failure rate will increase. So like this, right? So initially due to the manufacturing default, and after finished product it will give a steady state response till the expiry date. Once the expiry date is over, now we can see that the deterioration will start in our particular hardware, and one day it will completely wear out, and we have to replace that part, and we have to introduce, or we have to put the new part into that particular machine. Then only our machine will run. So this is what they have the limitations in this particular hardware. So this is the hardware curve, and this is the software curve. So this big difference is there. We can see that due to the changes, spikes are happening, and due to the manufacturing and after wear and tear, we can see that failure rate will increase. This is the steady state where it will our mechanical component or machine will give the good performance in between this flat surface, right? So this we have to understand software and hardware failure curve. Now our next point is nature of software. What is the nature of software? So nature of software is what type of different softwares we have categorized to understand domain wise, instead of combining all software into one domain. So we have categorized these all software so that we can easily understand which project fall in which domain. So like when you make a compiler related, it is a system software. Application software, database related means application software, you can see that. Online reservation system, these are the application software where we can consider like engineering and scientific software related to the scientific research when we make some project. So let us categorize those into that particular domain. Embedded software, then we can see that product line software, mainly manufacturing units, we can see that. Web application, number of website nowadays we can find like Amazon is there, Flipkart is there. So instead of considering them as one or complete software, we'll categorize that. Okay, it is related to web applications. Through websites, we can purchase the material from these sites and which is available on internet through web applications. Then again related to some neuroscience, if some projects are there. So let us divide robotics there. We'll divide this particular into artificial intelligence software. So like this, we have categorized this all softwares to understand the specific domain of that particular project. So it will be easier to us to develop the project. Maybe tomorrow if some application may come that related to any web application development, any website you want to launch the customer. So normally we can show him that different web application softwares that related to web application. These are the programming languages we can use and we can develop this. So it will be beneficial to categorize this particular software into the different types. Now we'll come to the software myths. Software myths is divided into three types: management myth, customer myth, and developer myth. Because whenever we want to develop any software, we know that uh, three entities are involved. One, a management; second, a customer; and third is a developer. So now, if we consider these three components or entities are important in us, so why then this project having the problems? We know clearly that customer is there, we will give the requirement, okay, developer will develop it, and management will support to develop this. Then still, why project fails? That we have to understand. So, what are the basic points which may we can consider as this? Still, these big projects may fail. So now we'll understand one by one. This is one is a management myth. What is a management myth? So we can see that, and what is the reality also. That is also we'll discuss. That what management is thinking and what is the reality. So first point is what standard process versus awareness for longer. Now it may happen that the management may tell that we have the standard books are there, standard processes are there. We can we don't have to worry about anything, and just we have to show the standard procedures to our unit. We will develop it, and that particular project can be developed, quality product can be developed, but in reality it is not, because same processes will not run for longer time, because the time with time the requirements of the customer will change. Now we can see that previously we used desktop computers, where maybe we'll take the requirement from the customer. Maybe for example any shop management is there. Normally we used to go to the shop and will purchase traditionally. Maybe he will make entries, he will print the bill, and process will be. But now things are different online. Now we will purchase everything or most of the products online. So now whether old processes can give that particular facility, so it should be updated. So management should update themselves, because the older processes will not for a longer time. For 100 years something will not run. The time will change, and with that time your processes also should change, as well as the team which you have, it should have that knowledge also related to that particular processes. So this is also one misconception between the management and the what we consider as the team. So reality is different and belief is different. Now second,